or damage what would be good for the people in this society, but most particular, it's nearly always been what would be good for working class people in this society. It's nearly always been about taking something from the people who have least or the people who suffer most disadvantage, and it has nearly always been the most disadvantaged people in this society who spontaneously take to the streets, march and protest. We've become maybe meeker and milder over the last decade or so, but we're now entering a phase, I'm absolutely convinced, in the life of the people of Northern Ireland, when what could have been a better and brighter future is going to be under major attack. And I would hope that there will be a spontaneous response on a constant basis, not only from the trade union movement, but from ordinary people in our society, because the strength of things that we have protested against over the years has been in the fact that the trade union movement has been as of one with people in our communities. And there is no doubt in my mind that this piece of legislation is designed to stifle that. Now, we're not prepared to have it stifled. I would think that with the strength of coalition in this room tonight, which will be, I think, but a small cross-section of how people will really feel out there when they hear what this is about, that we will be able to change this. We're organising tonight the challenge. We have to stop it. We have to have it removed, but not just, for example, in terms of my vested interest as a trade unionist. Anything in this legislation that denies anybody else their fundamental rights, their fundamental human rights, has to go. So I don't want a situation where sections make the protest and get their bit pulled out and I'm all right now, because that will not do any of us. A breach of anybody's fundamental rights in this society is a breach of everybody's fundamental rights. We will be told, what are you fussing about? There's a consultation period. Ironically, it ends on the 14th of July. So you get a big parade through before there's a block on everybody. But the point is that we really do need to stand united in this society and say, what kind of thinking produces a document like this? At the same time that a government has just come into power in the UK, which holds in the palm of its hands the final building block, the final commitment in the Good Friday Agreement, the completion of the deal on equality and human rights. And that government that has just come into power has said to us clearly there will be no Bill of Rights for Northern Ireland. So you marry that with this piece of legislation and you think, my God, do they never learn? If you treat us like that, expect the response. I am confident there will be a response. It is my mission to make sure there's a definite response on behalf of our movement and a proper coalition of response from all the citizens in this society. I think we can scrap this, but we've got to scrap it on the right basis for everyone, not just for some.